For some people, the start of the holiday season happens when they hear this song. But for others, the start of the holiday season happens when they hear this song.
So you know our commercials that air every year. I don't have to say it, and people often start to sing, the Hess Truck's back and it's better than ever. And we do that not just because it's a fun song, but that is actually sort of a mission statement. And every year we are trying to do something that is better than what we've done in the past. I mean, we take that extremely seriously. Whether it's more lights or new moving parts or multi-vehicles or different types of vehicles. Yeah, this year's toy has this cool new animated light feature that we've never done before.
Hess Police Truck and Cruiser.
We always want to make it better. Now, the goal always was to get the toys into the hands of children. And here we are 60 years later, and it still remains a hugely popular Christmas gift. So I think we're on the right path.
It was just a cool toy, but it definitely symbolized Christmas, the holiday season.
Since 1964, the Hess Toy Truck has been a holiday staple for many families. How did this tradition begin?
Back in the early 60s, Leon Hess, the owner and founder of now Hess Corporation, wanted to do something for the customers of Hess Gasoline to come out with some promotionals or giveaways, things to increase people's business. It was a big hit. They brought it back again the next year.
For some, the trucks conjure up images of childhood and a simpler time, as well as a special connection with loved ones.
My earliest recollections, I'm from the Bronx originally. My grandmother lived in the Bronx. Right down the road from her was a Hess station. So I think naturally, as the years went on, it was an easy gift. It was a short walk. It was a truck. It was a boy's toy. So one of my earliest recollections is actually opening it up, getting it in her apartment in the Bronx, asking for the lights to be shut off so now I can use these headlights and driving it around under the furniture and around the living room in the dark.
My story, my dad became terminally ill when I was very young. I have only 3 memories of him before he became ill and terminal and in a wheelchair and all that. One of those 3 memories is I'm 5 years old. It's 1977, and I remember my dad coming home and said, hey, get dressed or put your coat on, because this is New York. It's November time. It's cold, right? So I'm a little kid. I'm like, sure, whatever. I remember I got to sit in the front seat of the car, which is a big thing. He drove to the Hess station on Williamsbridge Road in the Bronx. And as a 5-year-old, I remember looking out the window and it's just all beautiful white. I mean, as close as to heaven as you can get, right? I remember there was, a man at a metal desk and the next thing I know, I'm holding now, obviously, this is the truck. Every time I saw a Hess station, I thought of my dad. That's positive neural association.
The Hess Toy Truck has also become a popular collector's item, as each season trucks are only sold the year they are released. And for many, the experience in getting the coveted item is about as important as the actual truck.
Which showed up right around Thanksgiving. It was cold out. The Hess stations, you had to wait online, drinking hot chocolate while you're out there freezing and jockeying for position. But that, to me, was the beginning of the holiday season.
If you weren't 6 a.m. Thanksgiving morning waiting on a physical line with strangers in the freezing dark cold to get your Hess trucks, you didn't get one. And the only other way that you could get one, and by the way, this is going to sound crazy, but there are stories from people where it's almost like a drug deal. It's like, hey, I need some trucks, man. And you got somebody go, I can get you some trucks. I can get you some trucks. Listen, meet me by the back door, 5 o'clock. I'll get you 2 trucks, but I need 4. I can get you 2. Take it or leave it. Cash only, right?
There aren't any more Hess gas stations, but the trucks remain. They're now sold online.
Get it now at HessToyTruck.com.
But the toy was more than a toy. It was an experience. It's a little whitewashed now. It's a little sterile, purchasing it online.
It's not about hooking anybody into anything. It's just people still love the toy. It's still a great value. It's still fun to play with. And now you just press a button and it shows up on your door. You don't have to stand out on Thanksgiving morning in the freezing cold or, lines up, the highway with police escorts trying to guide traffic. True story, by the way, is that we moved off of Thanksgiving sales because the governor of New Jersey asked us to. The Hess Toy is basically the largest selling toy SKU online, period. Like, there's nothing bigger than the Hess Toy. And we love toys. We love all categories of toys. The fact that Hess is no longer a gas station is irrelevant. For many people, it was never about that Hess was a gas station. It's about Hess produced this really amazing toy that in many cases, for some people who are collecting it, accrued value over time, but for others, it was just a great Christmas toy that kids love to play with. And that recipe hasn't changed. So forgetting about where you buy it, like physical versus, online.
Yet, the nearly 60-year-old tradition may continue.
There's already announcements last month that Hess is merging with Chevron. And at the same time, because the toy is so hugely popular, the companies jointly announced that the Hess Toy Truck is going to continue. So when you hear about a $53 billion deal and the news of the day is more about, is the Hess Toy Truck going to continue? I think that tells you just how important it is.
I think with the younger kids, I think it's still there. I honestly do. I bought these for my grandchildren. I bought these for my kids. My son now buys them for his son. I see that quite a bit.
A lot of times people will, pass on and they'll say, I have these trucks. I go, do those trucks bring you good memories? Oh, yes, of course. You never hear otherwise. I said, then they did their job.
The Hess Truck's back and it's better than ever. Racing hot rods this year. The Hess Truck's here.
What you need to do now is to make sure that they pass on good memories to someone else. And that's how I think the tradition propagates, if you will, or propels itself or grows with each new generation.
So actually, our business model is based on the assumption that we're going to build amazing toys that are going to last for generations and be passed down. And that becomes really important because that enables us to create different vehicle types over time and fill in what we view as sort of the imaginary Hess play world. Too quickly nowadays, they move on to their iPads or some sort of app. And so we provide them a reason to keep coming back to physical, really good emotional play.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Sal Bono.